So Devin Haney was on the No Vulture podcast where he talked about getting his blueprint from Floyd Mayweather when it came to his work ethic, so on and so forth. Check it out.
But that work ethic, do you feel like you got any of that from Floyd that you took in it on?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Floyd was somebody that I was at a young age was able to touch, talk to, watch. I seen all the money he had, all the money he got, all the money he had, the cars, everything, and I seen how he got it. That's what I'm following. That's the blueprint that I've been following and that I'm still following.
The sweet science, right?
And that's the name of the game, is to hit and not get hit. You don't want to end up like Shakur and just not get hit and not hit too. So
Right.
we studied the greats, and the greats hit and not get hit. I'm here, 30-0, and I've done a lot more hitting than I got.
What impact did Big Floyd have? Because you worked with him a lot.
Yeah.
I saw him tell Broner, my young boy, beat your ass. Like,
Broner's still a goner.
Big Floyd had a huge impact on me and my career. He taught me the shoulder roll. I remember being 9, 10 years old, going to Big Floyd's house and just punching his hands. No hand wraps, no gloves, no nothing for hours till my hands was stinging and my hands and my fist was red. I used to tell him my hands was hurting.
right.
Now I'm gonna leave a link for the full interview in the description box below. As you guys heard, Devin Haney was taking jabs at Shakur Stevenson when he said Floyd Mayweather taught him the game, the sweet science of hit and don't get hit. Not that Shakur Stevenson of don't get hit and don't hit, which that's exactly what I was referring to on my last video. I'm gonna leave a link for that video in the comment section below about Floyd Mayweather being compared to Shakur Stevenson. A lot of fans was dissing Shakur by dissing Floyd, claiming that Shakur Stevenson is a boring fighter just like Floyd Mayweather, even though Floyd had never fought the way Shakur fought Edwin. Never. You can't name me any opponent Floyd fought the same way Shakur fought Edwin. Regardless of who was on the opposite side of Floyd, Floyd Mayweather has never been afraid to engage and let his hands go. Like I told you guys before, the problem with Shakur's performance against Edwin de los Santos is not the fact that he was moving too much or disengaging every time Edwin was trying to engage. It's none of that. It doesn't matter if you move backward or forward, as long you let your hands go. That's what Floyd Mayweather did. That's what Devin Haney does. That's what Crawford does. That's what Andre Ward did. That's what Muhammad Ali did, and all of the greats. Go back and watch Muhammad Ali fights. You will notice that Muhammad Ali moved more than Shakur Stevenson ever did. But the key difference is, while Muhammad Ali was moving like a butterfly, he was stinging like a bee. Ali will be moving on his back foot, looking like he's dancing, in a rhythm where he's throwing combinations on top of combinations in a beautiful manner while he's moving. So it doesn't matter if you're moving backward, like Muhammad Ali, or moving forward, like Mike Tyson, as long you let your hands go, which that's what Shakur Stevenson wasn't doing. So it's not that Shakur was running. It's the fact that Shakur Stevenson was not letting his hands go while moving. Shakur barely threw any power punches. Matter of fact, for the first 5 rounds, Shakur was afraid to commit to his own jab. He was afraid to throw the jab because he didn't want to get countered by Edwin. This is something that Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Sweet Pea Whitaker, Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali, and the list goes on and on and on, from Sugar Ray Leonard to Sugar Ray Robinson, never did. They always let their hands go. For example, Devin Haney has outthrown every single opponent of his, and outlanded, obviously, as well. Just look at how exciting the Lomachenko fight was. And it's not just the Loma fight, the Linares fight, the JoJo fight, the Kambosos rematch, so on and so forth. I even remember Shakur Stevenson saying that Devin Haney could have done more against Kambosos, and if he was in Devin Haney's shoes, because it was a big moment, Devin Haney fighting for Undisputed, he would have had done more. He would have showed out. And I'm over here sitting like, bruh, why didn't you show out and did more against Valdez? That was a big moment. That was a unification, remember. Even against Edwin, Shakur didn't show out in front of the all-time greats, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, and Terrence Bud Crawford. We talking about the pound-for-pound #1 greats. The torch was passed from one to another, and it was Shakur Stevenson's turn. However, he didn't show out. Ultimately, Shakur Stevenson dropped the torch because he didn't have no flame inside, nor during the fight, only outside of the ring, which that's not how you're supposed to move. Like Devin Haney pointed out, boxing is a sport where you hit and you don't get hit. The sweet science is not you don't hit your opponent and you don't get hit in return. That's not how it works. Shakur displaying he only has great defense by utilizing the method of don't hit and don't get hit killed his hype. And it's not what the sport of boxing is about. This was arguably the greatest year in boxing ever. However, Shakur didn't have a great year, while Gervonta and Devin Haney did. Gervonta knocked out both Hector and Ryan Garcia. On the other hand, Devin Haney beat Lomachenko to retain his undisputed title. Then he offered Shakur a fight that Shakur Stevenson turned down in order to fight Edwin in a lackluster performance. Now, Shakur Stevenson put a bad taste in his fans' mouth to the point where they don't even want to see him against Gervonta and Devin Haney anymore, at least not for now. You can't really blame them. The fans are not willing to spend pay-per-view money to watch Shakur disengage all night against them and not throw any punches at the same time. You can't do both. You gotta at least do one. If you're gonna move backward, you gotta let your hands go. Gervonta and Devin Haney are in the same position as Terrence Bud Crawford. Remember, after Charlo put on a lackluster performance against Canelo Alvarez, which it wasn't even as bad as Shakur versus Edwin, Terrence Bud Crawford went from wanting to fight Jermell Charlo, that was the main guy on his hit list after knocking out Errol Spence, to all of a sudden Crawford changed his mind after Jermell Charlo's lackluster performance against Canelo Alvarez, where Crawford said he's no longer interested in fighting Jermell Charlo. He don't even want to fight him anymore. So I truly believe Gervonta and Devin Haney feel the same way. That's why Gervonta switched his attention from Shakur to now he's all focused on Devin Haney. That's why you guys see Gervonta going at Devin on Twitter. Now, me personally, I still want to see Shakur fight Gervonta and Devin Haney. Hopefully, after Gervonta and Devin Haney fight each other, the winner can fight Shakur once Shakur redeems himself to the fans. But I truly believe what we see is always what we're going to get every time Shakur fights a power puncher with rhythm. This is not a coincidence. Remember the Jemiah fight and now the Edwin fight. Every time Shakur fought a power puncher, especially with rhythm, he always fights gun-shy. And that's not going to change when he fights Gervonta or even Edwin De Los Santos again. Even though Shakur is claiming an injury, we all know that's not true because leading up to the fight, Shakur said he was at his best. And during the fight, his trainer Moses confirmed that Shakur's hand was okay. He was even telling Shakur to believe in himself, throw combinations, and let your hands go. Let the left hand go to the body and the head. These are the instruction Moses was given to Shakur in the corner. So clearly Shakur's hand was okay. And if Shakur was not 100%, or if he had a hand injury, why will he be challenging Devin Haney to spar for $1 million? Shakur bet Devin Haney that he will beat him in sparring today. He gave Devin Haney a huge discount because instead of Shakur fighting Devin Haney for his biggest payday for undisputed $3.5 million at the very least plus, all of a sudden now Shakur want to spar Devin Haney for $1 million. Now the reason why this sparring didn't happen between Devin Haney and Shakur is not because Shakur had a hand injury and he's not 100% healthy. Absolutely not. The reason why the sparring didn't happen is because Shakur left Vegas after the fight. Bill Haney told Shakur to pull up to the top-ranked gym in order to spar Devin Haney. However, Shakur wants Devin Haney to leave his training camp in order to come spar him in Houston. Notice how Shakur is not mentioning anything about an injury. Notice how Shakur fought on Thursday and he's already ready to spar Devin Haney on a Tuesday. The only reason he didn't is because Shakur doesn't want to pull up back to Vegas, where Devin Haney is at and where he fought at. We all know what time it is. If Shakur was really injured, he wouldn't be talking about sparring Devin Haney immediately after the fight. However, let the no excuses Shakur tell it, he's not making any excuses when he says he have a hand injury, even though, according to his trainer, he didn't. Furthermore, I told you guys when Shakur Stevenson first turned pro, he looked like he was the one out of the bunch. When it came to the eye test, Shakur passed the eye test with flying colors more than Devin Haney and Gervonta did. However, as their careers developed, I told you guys that Shakur didn't improve that much to me. He's still the same fighter. In fact, he still kind of fight like an amateur. On the other hand, Gervonta improved tremendously. So did Devin Haney, especially Devin. Devin Haney was improving at a ridiculous rate. Every fight he got better. Now he's a totally different fighter. I told you guys a year ago that Devin started to look like he's the one. So did Gervonta. However, Shakur started fading away from them. And now it's looking like the fighters who's going to be the last two standing when all of the dust settles is Devin Haney and Gervonta. This is the biggest fight in boxing that realistically could get made at the moment in time. Lastly, even if Shakur ended up at number 3 or whoever else did, it doesn't matter as long they put up great fights like the Fabulous Four did. Remember, they all praised Duran even though Duran lost to everyone. Even Benitez beat Duran. He should have been a part of the Fabulous Four over Duran. However, he wasn't. So the point is, there is no shame in anyone's game if they end up at number 3 as long they give us the fights we want to see and deliver on fight night. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Spoke with Walling Moses, and I asked him about Shakur's left hand if it was okay, and he says yes, it's okay. I actually want him to throw it more, so the offense is coming.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But the problem is, if he throws it, you're exposed. You know, if you miss, you get yourself out of position when you shoot the right or the left hand, the backhand. Because again, he doesn't feel safe throwing that backhand because it'll put him out there.
Cool. Stop going straight back, okay? All right. Now start throwing some combination and throw some of them straight left hands under and out. All right. Trust you. You got to trust yourself a little bit more. All right.